Love makes you do crazy things. In the case of Clarence, a lonely comic book store employee in Alabama, a sweet South Florida girl turned Detroit prostitute, love will make them steal, cheat, and kill. Who says romance is dead? True Romance is a very special movie for me. It's the movie that made me think a little deeper about movies. It showed me that movies are capable of doing more than just entertain. I can remember watching True Romance for the first time and being blown away by the story, the characters, the dialogue, the violence, and how beautifully it was all captured. Who wrote these incredible, colorful characters and their whip-smart and oftentimes hilarious dialogue? Well, that would be a young screenwriter named Quentin Tarantino, who, at the time, nobody had ever heard of. This was pre-Pulp Fiction, and before everyone and their brother tried emulating his distinctive writing style, with razor-tongued characters hip to pop culture. Who directed this movie with equal parts tenderness and blunt force? That's late director Tony Scott, a British-born filmmaker and brother to Ridley Scott. Tony's style was kinetic, with a distinctive visual language all its own, a style that evolved throughout his career. And the characters of True Romance. Oh my God, the characters. What movie, music, and comic-loving guy couldn't relate to Clarence? Granted, very few of us looked like Christian Slater, but his loneliness and inability to connect with others. Yeah, and Alabama. Oh, Alabama. I fell in love with Patricia Arquette immediately. She's beautiful, she's sweet, and she's innocent, despite her new profession. How's this for a supporting cast? Dennis Hopper, Christopher Walken, Brad Pitt, Val Kilmer, Chris Penn, Tom Sizemore, and Gary Oldman. And I'd like to take this time to say that Gary Oldman is the man. I mean, how's this for a resume? Dracula, Beethoven, Winston Churchill, Lee Harvey Oswald, Sid Vicious, and Drexel. Who's Drexel, you ask? This is Drexel. And while Drexel doesn't have a whole lot of screen time here, what little time he is on screen is a testament to how awesome Gary Oldman is. Wait a minute. Is it White Boy Day?
It ain't White Boy Day, is it? Oh man, it ain't White Boy Day.
The sequence with Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken, while not PC, is remarkable to watch. Scott was wise enough to know that this sequence didn't need all that much style or quick kinetic edits. Simply set up one camera facing Walken and another camera facing Hopper, and just let them go. The tension during this sequence, which is palpable, is cut like a chainsaw when Hopper offers Walken's character, a Sicilian gangster, an unsolicited history lesson regarding his ancestors. It's a perfect scene. The acting, the dialogue, the photography, all perfect. True Romance is romantic in its own fairy tale kind of way. A perverse fairy tale, but a fairy tale nevertheless. Clarence loves Alabama enough to kill for her. Alabama loves Clarence enough that she'd take one hell of a beating for him. That particular sequence isn't easy to watch and features a pre-Sopranos James Gandolfini attempting to beat some answers out of Alabama. And it's not just that they love each other, but how much and how far they're willing to go in order to leave their old individual lives behind for a new, better life together. Slater and Arquette's chemistry is undeniable. It's easy to care about them, and as the movie progresses and the stakes increase, to worry for them. There's an incredible shootout in the final act involving gangsters, cops, and hired thugs, with Clarence and Alabama caught in the middle. It's Tony Scott to a T. It's intense, chaotic, violent as hell, and there's goose feathers floating around everywhere. Just cause. Hans Zimmer's theme is also a highlight. For such a heavy, at times brutal movie, the theme, entitled You're So Cool, is this beautiful, hopeful, bright little ditty. True Romance is one of my all-time favorite movies. I cannot recommend it any higher, and I am so pleased to see that Arrow Video has rolled out the red carpet for the film in the form of this awesome limited edition 4K UHD release. First, let's take a look at the packaging. This release comes inside a sturdy box featuring newly commissioned artwork by Sarah Deck. Here is the slip with the plot synopsis and a breakdown of all the limited edition contents. Here is the back of the box. Here is the 4K case. The sleeve is reversible. On one side we have Ms. Deck's new artwork. On the reverse we have the original poster art. There is the 4K disc. We get 6 double-sided postcard size lobby card reproductions. We get a 60-page perfect bound collector's booklet featuring new writing on the film by Kim Morgan and Nicholas Clement, a 2008 Maxim oral history featuring interviews with the cast and crew, and Edgar Wright's 2012 eulogy for Tony Scott. We also get a double-sided poster featuring original and newly commissioned artwork. The picture quality on this release is pretty rad. It provides True Romance with a level of clarity and detail that it's never had before. Colors pop, skin tones look natural, and the 4K UHD presentation perfectly complements Tony Scott's visual style. The audio quality is also top-notch. The DTS HD 5.1 track provided crystal clear dialogue, elevated the soundtrack and score, and I ducked more than once during that shootout at the end. I'd give the picture quality and the sound quality on this release a very solid 4.5 out of 5. As far as extras are concerned, this release gives us both the director's cut and the theatrical version of True Romance. We also get select scene commentaries with Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Brad Pitt, and Michael Rappaport from 2002, and Bronson Pinchot and Sal Rubinek from 2021. Next, we get You're So Cool, an interview with costume designer Susan Becker. It's 9 minutes and 57 seconds in length. Ms. Becker discusses designing the costumes for the different characters, working with the actors, with Tony Scott, and more. Next, we have Relentless Romance with co-editor Michael Tronick. It's 11 minutes and 13 seconds in length. Mr. Tronick discusses working with Tony Scott and his attention to detail and pacing. He discusses the amount of coverage Scott would shoot, how editing the Drexel footage was his favorite, and more. Next, we have Amid the Chaos of the Day with composers Mark Mancina and John Van Tongeren. It's 11 minutes and 34 seconds in length. They both discuss meeting, working with, and what they learned from Hans Zimmer. They discuss the scenes that they created music for, how much they owe their careers to Mr. Zimmer, and more. Next, we have A Hunger for Mayhem, a profile on Tony Scott by author Larry Taylor. It's 6 minutes and 44 seconds in length. We get 29 minutes and 15 seconds of deleted and extended scenes with optional commentary from Tony Scott. We get the alternate ending with optional commentary tracks by Tony Scott and Quentin Tarantino. We get the electronic press kit, trailers and TV spots, and image galleries. And we get 4 audio commentaries, the first with Tony Scott, the second with Quentin Tarantino, the third with Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette, and the fourth with Tim Lucas. I enjoy listening to the Tony Scott commentary for True Romance. This isn't the first time I've listened to it. I just find Quentin Tarantino's commentary for True Romance to be really entertaining and informative, particularly when he talks about how he tried convincing Tony Scott to stick with his original ending, which would have found Clarence dead at the end. But Tony Scott wanted Clarence to live. He wanted Clarence in Alabama to get away. And though I normally agree with the writer when it comes to these kinds of disputes, without a doubt, Tony Scott's ending was the right ending for True Romance. This is an awesome 4K UHD release for True Romance from the fine folks over at Arrow Video. Both the picture quality and the sound quality were incredible. We get a lot of nice extras on this release, and it all comes inside this really cool limited edition packaging with the lobby cards, the poster, and the collector's booklet included. If you're a fan of True Romance, then this release is an absolute must-own. If you've not seen the film, again, I highly recommend it. This release would be a great way for you to fall in love with the film. If you've seen True Romance, please let me know your thoughts on the film down in the comments section below. If you've already picked up this release from Arrow Video, let me know your thoughts on it while you're down there. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Thank you to all my patrons and channel members. I appreciate your generosity and support of my channel. Become a patron today and have a say in what content appears on my channel. Join me for monthly live streams and much more. Become a channel member today and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream. Both those links are in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.